Good Monday, makers. Welcome back to another episode of Maker Pipe Monday. It is episode 111, which is crazy that we've been doing this for that long. I've got Jake with me here. Hey, Jake.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend.
Yeah, hope everybody had a great weekend and want to see some really cool builds. We've got a great group posted up to show you guys this morning. We've got everything from a Cabana to a recumbent bike solar panel build that's really cool, real techy. So we got a lot of good stuff. But it's awesome that after 111 of these things, you guys are still posting your builds. We love seeing them. It's the best part of the week, like we always say. So thank you to everybody that's posted their builds. And please, if you build something with conduit, definitely go to the community and post it. Connect.makerpipe.com. It's really our favorite deal. So let's get right into it. The first build we've got this week is this really cool storage shelf posted by Troy. Thanks, Troy, for this build. And I think one of the neat things that you can do is really customize something to your space, right? So he's got Troy's got a laser workshop, which I have to imagine would be like a laser cutter, like a CO2 laser or something like that. You can kind of see the remnants out here. Mm-hmm. And he's outfitted this just empty space underneath his workbench with everything he needs. I don't even know what is this stuff. It looks like a paper cutter. That's a paper cutter. And then this is like a spiral bound,
right.
To put spiral perforations in it. But anyway, whatever he needed, he was able to kind of customize this to his space and get exactly what he was looking for. And it's a super clean build. He's got some nice plywood there that he did some finishing on. And then he did the through hole technique where he put an inch hole there and then slid it over the pipe, which is a great way to go and secure it. So really cool. Looks like the whole build may be just 12 90s in total. So 4 90s on each corner, making that, and then some rubber feet. So really cool build.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think because, you have that workbench, and I don't know if he's going to be sitting underneath that. Like, it has an open space for you to put your legs underneath, but
right.
I imagine in a shop like that, you're going to be standing up mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a great way to kind of utilize that space that you're not going to be, taken up by sitting under it. And, you could even put legs, or it's got legs already, but you put wheels on it, and you could roll it in and out if you needed to.
Oh, yeah. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. And I like the way he attached the top. We actually had somebody message us over the weekend and request a video. They said that they'd love to see a video that's like a community roundup, kind of like the flange roundup or the hinge roundup that we did a while back.
Okay.
They asked if we would do a roundup like that for attaching surfaces to conduit.
Oh.
Talk about the different straps, talk about, all the other, like the grip clips and all those different things we've seen, like the unusual ones all the way to the most common ones. And then how to, do something like this where you drill through it and then put the plywood through the conduit.
Right. We haven't done that video?
No.
I feel like we've talked about it, but that's a great idea. I appreciate that from whoever sent it in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think we mentioned it, like you said, every so often whenever we bring up like one hole straps or, see a build like this.
Right.
We haven't done a dedicated roundup, but that's one of the most common challenges that people probably have with conduit builds or pipe builds in general. So
right.
It's a good idea. It's
a big part of a lot of different builds. So yeah, that'd be a cool video topic. All right. Well, I guess we'll put it on the schedule. We've been, if you haven't seen any of those, they're super helpful. We aim to try to help the builder, give them tips and tricks and everything like that. So if it's your first time watching, definitely check out those videos. And if you're live with us, say hi in the chat. We'd love to hear that you're here, and just say hi. So, but yeah, that was a cool build. Really, really handy and really practical by Troy. So I'm interested to know what he's making in his laser shop. That looks like a pretty cool shop.
Yeah, it looks great.
There's so many of those like crafts that you can make with a laser cutter. It's pretty amazing. Like I'm totally amazed every time I see some kind of unique item. Like I've seen a lot of coasters or like puzzles. These types of like wood products that are easily customizable because you can make them so many different designs without a lot of effort.
Right.
Have you seen any? What are some other examples? Have you seen any other kind of laser made products?
We got the coaster over there.
Oh, speaking, yeah, coasters. Our friends at Synergy Mill, they made this, which is a local maker space.
Which is a little different than, cutting all the way through it to cut something out, kind of etching into it as a cool thing to do.
Right. Yeah, but this was done with a laser, so you can see they actually burn away the logo in there. And a lot of times I've seen coasters, and maybe this is what I'm thinking of, but where you can do the outside of it as well. So really neat tool that has become more popular lately. And Troy's got one, so his studio's looking awesome. The next one we've got is one that Jake posted. Thank you, Jake.
You got it. Happy to do it.
We get these by email mostly. Folks, just show off their builds, and we love seeing them. So keep those coming. But this is an outdoor shower, and an outdoor shower, pretty simple, right? You can see the framework there with a couple pallets down below. But I think and the grill got displaced. Wheel the grill out, make an outdoor shower. But it's a build with a temporary purpose, which I think is really cool because the person that sent this in, Michael, he is getting his bathroom renovated. And if you're in a single bathroom house, I mean, you need some place to shower and everything. So this is a temporary solution.
Yep. I mean, you could just stand out there in the yard and hose off with the shower or with the water hose, but this is something a little bit more,
Private?
privacy.
Yeah. Well, considering the neighbor's window are right there.
Yeah.
This is it's for the better of the neighborhood, really, I think, is what Troy's doing.
Yeah. And I think the you mentioned
Michael,
the
sorry.
pallets. Yeah, I think the pallets are smart because it allows the water to drain through the space between the woods instead of just like building up there. It'll just drain through and then I guess drain down the back patio. It's a smart way to do that.
Yeah, so easy, and you just stack the pallets on there, and then you got 4 posts and a couple 90s, and then this is just another piece of conduit run across with a hose head zip tied to the piece of conduit. You can't beat that for simplicity.
Yeah, and I think he said he's got a heater for it as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think he said it's got hot and cold water control. I wonder if that's all the time or if they had it set up or they used some kind of, buffer or filter or something.
Okay. Was that in the email that they sent in?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it in the little right up there, but
how would you do that?
I don't know. I wonder if there's some kind of like something that you screw into the hose or not the hose, but the spigot before you put the hose on. So it's like a little bit of a buffer between the spigot and the hose, and maybe it has some kind of filter, or not filter, but heater there. I don't know. That's pretty. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a hose heater before.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I suppose maybe you could just plumb it from the house hot water heater.
Oh yeah.
That might be something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's an interesting thought. I wonder how you'd get hot water outside.
Yeah, I have to email Michael back and ask.
That'd be interesting to know. But yeah, and then the shower curtain, real simple zip ties all the way around. Super temporary.
That's a smart thing to do as well, because shower curtain hooks can fall off, big gust of wind come through, but zip tie them on there. You're adding some extra security measures.
Yeah, and the little binder clips to hold the plastic where they need to be.
Nice.
Smart. Yeah. Yeah. The gust of wind would be not that great, but.
Yeah. We've got John and Bigfoot in the chat.
Hey guys. Hey John. Hey Bigfoot. We found him.
Yep.
He's been identified here.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, Michael sent that in. Love seeing it. Thanks so much, Michael. Really cool build. We hope you get your house back and get your bathroom back in working order.
And I think those are a great thing to do. Maybe if you're, because you go to the beach, you see those kind of like wash off places before when you get back from the beach,
Oh, sure.
or even if you have a pool and you just, run back and forth from inside outside. And we see it with gardeners as well. Working out in the garden in the soil and all that.
Yeah, I mean, just a outdoor shower, backyard outdoor shower is an awesome thing to have. Not even something that you probably want taking up space year round, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're feeling in the summer vibe, this might be a cool build for you. Because really, I mean, you take the hose and you just grate that, and
Especially if you can get hot water.
you've got an outdoor shower. Yeah, yeah. Or if it's hot enough, I mean, a cold shower on a
That's
summer
true.
day.
Yeah.
I'd feel pretty good.
Yep.
All right.
Cold showers are better for your health too. So they say.
So they say. Okay. Next build we've got, Jake also posted, but it was by Diane?
I think it's Dwayne.
Dane?
Yeah, Dane, I think it is.
Dane. Dane sent this in. Dane, thanks for sending this in. He has it looks like a sign printing company, and did this build where he put these banners on the side of this building. And you can see this picture. I love this picture because it's elevated, right? You got the boom from the cherry picker that he used to put this up. But how awesome is that, using conduit and maker pipe to stretch out these banners on the side of a wall? And like, I think if I understand the challenge right, to secure a banner on a wall, you'd have to stretch it out and then anchor it in some way.
Mm-hmm.
It's way easier and probably way more sturdy to create a frame around it and then attach the frame where the banner's already stretched and tensioned, something like that.
For sure. And I don't know how else you would do. Like, would you put a bunch of 2x4s up there, on the side of the
Certainly.
building?
I mean, no, that would look horrible.
Yeah, right. So I don't know how else you would do it. I think conduit's a good solution. It's one of those things where conduit is, sometimes you can kind of have a toss up on different materials to choose from, but
Right.
I think this is one of those where conduit makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. We've seen a few of these. We've seen a few sign shops use maker pipe, which is cool. And people doing roadside signs, frames, banners, that kind of thing. And this is another great example. So this is the Northwest African American Museum.
Yeah, I think it's in Washington, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Washington State. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Cool. And you can kind of see, it's hard. I apologize, I can't zoom in too much, but they basically made like this H frame. There's T's on each one of the corners, and there's horizontals and a vertical, so it kind of really just tensions the whole banner out. So
Can you tell if it's sitting flush with the wall, or is it slightly kind of elevated off of it?
I can't really tell. I'd imagine you'd want a little bit of space, right? Give the building some room to breathe. Doesn't get moldy or something. But we'll leave that to the sign shop professionals, right?
Right.
But awesome. Thanks for sending that in. Really kind of cool use. I bet there's a lot of people looking for that kind of solution.
Yeah. Sure.
Banners are so cheap these days that
Mhm.
you might want to do that.
Yeah.
Neat. All right. The next build we've got is really wild. Check this out. This is by Ron Gardner on Facebook. And this is a recumbent bike. Let me kind of parse this out. And I'm no expert by recumbent bikes at all, but I believe this is an e-powered, so it's got an electric motor, a recumbent bike, because you can kind of see a battery and some electronics here. And it's got these wide, fat tires, which just are super cushy and roll over anything. Looks wild. And then where Maker Pipe came in is this canopy or this top that has solar panels attached to it. So there's another picture you can kind of see. And it's got a few attachment points. This whole panel has these flexible solar panels, and it recharges the battery while you're riding the thing.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, it looks like it looks so wild. And And Ron kind of jokes around here, or oh no, another comment that it's a rain canopy too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, also blocks the sun, so you get the shade. I mean, what what doesn't this thing do? If you catch a wind just right, you might be able to make this thing fly. Although that would be horrible. But yeah, really unique sort of fabrication from Ron for his recumbent bike.
I think he says he's going to revise it a little bit, make it a little bit lighter. But I think what he's done so far is smart. You know, getting those solar panels that are flexible
Mm-hmm.
is a smart way to save some weight. Because I would imagine with, you know, the more weight, the faster the battery is going to die. So you have to kind of, you know, figure out what that balance is between charging the battery without losing too much of the battery charge with the weight on the bike or the trike. And I think Bigfoot said it's a fat trike is what it's called.
Fat trike, nice. Yeah, that's definitely a compromise, you know. And I'm seeing a couple things that I recognize here. So there's this pedal system here is an electric motor pedaling, and you do get more resistance with this. You know, you're pushing the e-motor as well in some cases.
Is the chain built into the motor?
Not really. You're pushing like more gearing, right? Like because there's gearing in there, so you're not pushing the motor necessarily when it's off, but there is more resistance to pedaling on this model.
I see.
And but you can see kind of this is where the normal crank is for the recumbent bike, and you kind of sit there, and here's the handles. But then you can see kind of the start of the framework. And it looks like some T connectors there, and then some of the looks like connectors that are, you know, those connectors that you go on the bus and it's like the railing around the handles on the bus. Have you ever seen those?
Oh, like the celebrity tours and you like sit on the roof?
No, like a shuttle. You get on a shuttle at the
okay.
airport or something, right?
Yeah.
And they've got or just a city bus, and you got the railings and they have these clamps that look a lot like, I mean, they function the same way as T connectors do, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a bolt through, and it looks like that's what those are, and it looks like it's almost clamping around the T connector, like on the outside of the T connector. That's wild.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's the case. Huh.
I'll have to ask.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested to know. But then that kind of provides the support for the entire canopy.
I thought you were talking about the bus that's like the Bigfoot excursion bus or the celebrity tour where you sit on the roof. I thought you were talking about like one of those systems because they do have a railing system around the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I mean,
probably not, but yeah, sure.
I mean, not made out of maker pipe, hopefully. Although you never know.
You never know.
But I love the fenders are cool on this thing as well.
Yeah, it is. It's nice.
But then you got the battery back here and some bags and stuff for touring. But
Yeah, John's sitting ready for a cross country trip like Forrest Gump.
oh my gosh, yeah,
That'd be cool to do that'd be a fun video challenge. How far across the country can we get on a maker pipe solar powered bike?
it can't be done.
I can't. I mean, I would be like in the trailer. I'll let you pedal us.
Okay, I'll pull you.
I'll live stream from the trailer in the back the whole time.
I wonder what this thing is. It looks like maybe a wind speed, possibly.
Some kind of antenna.
I don't know. That's neat. You could certainly do this with aluminum tubing, I'm thinking as well.
Yeah, and
To take a little bit of weight off.
I think 1/2 inch would hold up those flexible panels pretty good.
I don't know. That's a lot of wind gets this thing. It's gonna tweak it pretty good.
Yeah.
You know.
Hmm.
But
Maybe
I
you
like
could make
this.
like a air dam, like one of those angled things
Uh-huh.
in the front.
I don't know. I like this. I think this is a mirror just on the on the conduit.
Nice.
So you got another mirror. But yeah, so Ron was saying here there's some of the details. If you're into solar stuff, you can read about it. It's basically the gist of it was if you had peak sun, right, it did great. And he was able to charge it really quickly. If you run into a hill, then it's really using a lot of the power.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's cloudy or trees, the wattage of the charging drops way down. So if you're interested, you can check out his post and read more about kind of the tech behind it.
Something to point out too is a lot of bike, like we saw with that mirror attached directly to the conduit, a lot of accessories for bikes and motorcycles. We found Jeff actually shared a lot of different things that attach to conduit, because a lot of the handlebar diameters or the frame diameters are similar to conduit.
Yeah.
So, some things can be attached to conduit that are made for bikes and motorcycles.
Right. We've had like grips and mirrors. And what did Jeff have? Do you remember?
He had several things. There's like a clamp that like an old motorcycle, you have a clamp that's like 2 halves, and you put it on the bar, and then it has a thread for the mirror.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had those. There was also the bike extensions. So basically, it had like 2 brackets that kind of elevated a second one, but it was made so you could attach umbrellas and stuff to like bike handlebars.
Oh,
it added that like railing that you could attach stuff to.
Right. It kind of doubled the handlebar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It created like just another place to mount stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember that. Those are handy.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Good to know. But yeah, thanks Ron for showing that off. What an awesome build. Really cool. Okay.
Hank the Tank is in the chat. Is the front connection a Pro T over a 3/4 inch T? Might be used to shorten the length.
Oh yeah. Hey Hank the Tank. Let's take another look. I was able to kind of zoom in here.
I think Hank the Tank or Jason actually did that the other day as well. He figured out that the Pro T would go over the shaft of a other T.
I'm seeing it looks different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it could be just the shadows, but that might be something. He was able to do it?
Yeah, I think it was. I think he shared it on. I think whenever we get to his Instagram, we can look at it, because I think we've got one of his builds today as well.
Okay, yeah, it's up next. Let's check it out. Since thanks for joining us in the chat. We've got another great build from the Honda Element. This one on Instagram. You can check out his adventures. Hank the Tank 724 on Instagram, and this one is a roof basket, and some really neat things about this. We've seen a number of roof baskets, but I love the a couple of the details here. And of course, you got the spare tire holder, and then there's an air dam and some solar panels behind that. But this I thought was really cool. This was the spare. This is an underside shot of the spare tire holder, and it kind of has like a threaded hook that goes down, and this is super clever. That hook just goes around a piece of conduit, so that's what secures the whole spare tire, and you don't want that thing flying off for sure, right? And that threaded piece secures just to the piece of conduit held on by a T. So that was a really neat addition to this. And then the other one that I like is the 135 connector, and how you use that in this build as well. So we've seen a lot of baskets with straight sides, right? So the top and bottom rails are just 90 degrees. But what he did was take the 135 connector, so you get this kind of wider outside top basket and narrower inside to fit the roof line. I thought that was great.
Yeah, it's a really can't talk. Really clever way to do the kind of offset. Kind of the top is wider than the bottom section.
Yep. And this is the 135 degree connector that goes at it's like the 90, but goes at 135 degree angle. And we've seen some really kind of unique uses for this. Mm-hmm. Definitely not one of the most popular connectors, but I love seeing when people incorporate it, because I think it's a creative use.
Yeah, really cool.
So nice work there.
I think I can't remember which build had the Pro T over the regular T. But I remember seeing it, or maybe he sent it through chat or something, the DMs. But yeah, I think he was able to get it over the shaft
of the regular 3/4.
Yeah, I think maybe check out that second post at the top there.
This
that
one?
build. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're not logged in.
But yeah, there's all kind. Oh, great.
Maybe go to the community. I think he's shared the same thing in the community.
Well, I just wanted to bring up some of the pictures and just a really cool example of all the improvements to a Honda Element to kind of make it this just
Ultimate camper.
ultimate camper, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can put a hot dog on the roof, all kinds of stuff. So check out Hank the Tank 724 for more ideas there. I'm gonna bail on Instagram because it's being difficult.
I think he sent in a couple of instructions I still need to go through and add as community kits. I think he shared like a full breakdown of how to do his convertible bed, and I think also for the roof rack that he sent. But
yeah,
it's really cool.
Appreciate that so much. Been a good member of the community and showing off all his builds. Thanks so much.
And we have a full-length interview with him where he kind of gives us a tour of the inside and everything.
Yeah, on the fold-out bed and a lot of techniques there that were really cool. So check that out. And we've got a build by Mike. Mike's down in Texas, and take a look at this Cabana. This came out pretty pro. I mean, that looks awesome. I mean, you got some great flowers and stuff here, but this Cabana with the privacy curtains and then used conduit and maker pipe to create this whole frame around that. Looks like it's painted black or used wrap, one of the two. And you can get a better structure or better look at the structure. I love those live oaks. Mm-hmm. That's like, I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time in Texas, but that says Texas to me. I think that's a live oak.
I'm not even sure what that means.
It's just a variety of oak that keeps its leaves most of the year. They're super nice. And they kind of have like,
I said okay.
Okay. Well, if you like trees, they're awesome in the winter when there's no leaves around.
I was making a pun. Okay.
Oh God. Ugh.
That was pretty bad.
That was a stretch.
I'll leave the tree puns
alone. It's hard for me to recover from that. Even.
I know. I just derail completely. I guess I committed treason.
Oh God.
Once you get going, it just can't stop.
Nice. And then this chandelier, because you need a chandelier for your cabana.
Yeah, this is like the ultimate oasis.
I haven't spent a lot of time in cabanas, I think, is my problem. And I don't really understand.
Yeah, I'm not even sure.
What a cabana has.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm gonna look up the definition of a cabana. What is a
help us Google
cabana? Let's see.
But I mean, it's pretty awesome that there's a chandelier anyway.
A cabana is a type of shelter often found near beaches or pools. A cabana can be used to relax in the shade or change clothes. A cabana bathroom is a bathroom attached to a building or house that is commonly used by swimmers or beachgoers.
All right. Well, you got the pool right there.
Seems just like a nice shade structure.
Yeah.
And we can see in that first picture they have a lot of curtains attached so they can kind of turn it into a closed off shelter.
Right.
You just kind of undo the bundles there and they spread out all the way around the outside.
Yep, looks awesome. So you got some bracing here. I mean, pretty big structure, and those curtains aren't super light. So looks like it's got to be a full 10 feet tall, if it's a foot.
Yeah.
And then some 45 bracing around the bottom. Looks good. I think anytime you get that cube going, where you really kind of cube it out and have some bracing in the middle. It really makes it a lot more rigid, but
yeah, for sure.
Cool build, Mike. Love seeing it. Thanks for posting it. I hope you get lots of relaxing time in the cabana. And what else we got, Jake?
Is that the last one?
That's the last one.
Oh man,
What do you think?
I don't know. Did you see the boat last week? We didn't really talk about it much. We were on different schedules last week. But the boat that had the conduit,
The
maker pipe, like the whole thing was made out of conduit and maker pipe and
Yeah.
rain barrels.
yeah, it was wild.
Okay,
It was crazy.
we talked about it a little bit, but
Yeah, we'll have to dive more into that.
yeah,
But yeah, appreciate everybody posting their builds. Able to check those out. Thanks so much. If you have any questions, anything we can do to help, don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Jake or the rest of the team. And we'll see you next week.
yeah. Thanks everybody for posting your builds and stopping by this morning.
All right.
Everybody has a good week.
Have a great week. Thanks so much. So long.
Bye.